Hi there. So I'm going to do a follow-up on a question I asked a few weeks ago. Do we have a relationship with food or is it a reaction to food? And a few of you answered that question. So this is mainly for you, but for anybody else also that is interested in this question. If you've not heard the question, scroll back a couple of weeks and you'll see the question when I posed it. So let's get into it. Into this. This is a follow-up, as I say. And I think the first thing that's worth saying is, look, 50 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, maybe, we would not have been having this conversation about do we have a relationship with food. That was pretty much reserved for relationships with human beings, family members, friends, work colleagues, not with food. But that's we are where we are. So, my answer to the question is I believe we have primarily a reaction to food. And let me explain. So when we eat any type of food, we have a physiological reaction in our bodies. And that physiological reaction is perfectly normal because we need to eat food in order to survive. If we didn't eat food, we would die. So there has to be some sort of reaction within your body to keep us going. So that's pretty obvious, pretty basic biology. But the society we live in today, we have an abundance of food. We have a lot more food than we've ever had before, certainly in the Western societies. And there's an abundance of sugar, which is one of the biggest issues, I believe, in our diet in the Western society, sugar and salt, those two things. But let's just stick with sugar for a second. So I have said I believe it's a reaction, but I think it's now become a relationship. And I'm going to explain why I think it's flipped from reaction to relationship. So let's take this for an example. You're feeling a little bit low on energy and you go for the chocolate bar to give yourself a bit of a boost of energy. So you have that chocolate bar and you feel a bit energetic. Great, that's all fine. The next time you feel a little bit low on energy, you go back, you have something very similar, another chocolate bar or something of that nature. So what you are doing effectively is you are getting that boost of energy, but you're also creating a psychological connection as well. And if you do it often enough, it becomes a subconscious psychological connection whereby you know that if you feel slightly lacking in energy, if you have the chocolate bar, the the biscuit or whatever it is, the croissant, whatever it is of a sugary nature, and I'm sticking with sugar at the moment, that you will get that boost of energy. So what you've effectively done now is you have created not only not only is there a physiological response, but it's now tied very, very closely to a psychological trigger. That is when I feel low in energy, I'm going to go for a chocolate bar. And it gets to the point whereby you don't even have to be thinking about it and you're reaching for that chocolate bar to get that boost of energy. And we're now in a society where, yeah, I guess it is seen as a relationship with food. And that's why people talk about you having a poor relationship with food. Sort out your relationship with food. A lot of the so-called, a lot of weight loss coaches out there that talk about sorting out your relationship with food. And it's often directed at women more so than men, but it does apply to men as well. And I think if you want to break this cycle of thinking that you have a relationship with food, I would start to just clean your diet up. Clean your diet up. And when you clean your diet up, you'll find that that connection is no longer there. You're eating when you need to eat. You eat because you want to feel satiated, because you're down on, you just feel that natural hunger. It's not a craving or an appetite, because appetite and hunger are two different things. When you go out for a two-course meal, a starter, a main course, you don't need a pudding. That's an appetite that you're trying to fill there. It's an appetite. It's not a hunger. You wouldn't go to a restaurant and start off with a pudding. At least I don't think you would. Maybe you would, I don't know. But typically you wouldn't. So if you want to get away from this idea of you having a relationship with food, if that's the way you've been thinking, then I would suggest just go and tidy up your diet, take out as much of the crap as you can. Give it a good 28 days. And I think, in fact, it'd be quicker than that. It'd be quicker than 28 days. It'd be more like 7 days. But give it a full 28 days. And I think you'd be surprised at how little you find you are thinking about food and certainly not craving sugary things. I work with one client. Her name is Jan. You find her on this channel somewhere. And one of the comments she made to me when she'd lost the weight and reached her target ideal weight, was one of the benefits on top of that was her sense of freedom from food. When she said that, I was like, wow. She said, yeah, I can go out now and not even think about food. I can go shopping, I can go out, see friends, go places, and food isn't at the forefront of my mind. You see, once you clean your diet up, you start to cut out a lot of those cravings that we have. And I've been guilty of it as well. I hold my hands up and say there's been times when I've struggled with my diet as well. But I'll leave you with this point. I'll leave you with this to think about and to ponder. Your body doesn't crave calories per se. What your body craves on a cellular level is good nutrition. Once you've eaten well, good food that's packed in nutrition and low in calories, very, very difficult to overeat. It's very, very difficult to have cravings for healthy food. You know, people don't crave healthy food. What they do is they eat healthy food to feel satiated and feel more energized. But sugary, crappy foods, chocolate, crisps, ice cream, biscuits, those sorts of things, we find we crave them because of the physiological impact and the physiological chaos it creates within our bodies. So that's my take on the question when it came to, do we have a relationship with food or a reaction to food? I'd love to hear what you think about it. As I say, leave your comments below. If you want me to maybe follow up on this again, or you disagree with me, which you may do and you're entitled to, let me know why you disagree. Give me your thoughts. Let's have a discussion about it. That's what this channel is all about, having a bit of a discussion, a bit of debate about these topics which affect us all. So until next time, take very good care and bye for now.